Hi, I'm Jackie Wilson, co-founder of Positively Empowered Kids, founder of Empower Education and Emotions Toolkit. I am passionate about supporting children and their family to grow healthy, thriving minds, to believe in themselves and to realise their potential, which is amazing. Today's workshop is all about pilot training. You're going to train to be pilots of your mind so that you can fly through the sky of life. And that's going to help you to manage your emotions and thoughts a lot more easily. So, first things first, have you got a piece of paper? You will need an A4 sheet of paper. If you haven't got one, see if you can find one now, really quickly. See if you can find your piece of paper. And what I'd love you to do is join me as we make a wonderful paper aeroplane. Paper aeroplanes are so much fun, and this is part of our activity today. So quickly go find that piece of paper, and when you've got a piece of paper, you can make one each, or you can make it just one for the family. Totally up to you. You can always make lots more later. So if I could invite you to have a go at making the best paper aeroplane you can in as short time as you can. We've only got so long together today. So have a go at making a paper aeroplane. And while you do, see if you can listen out if other people are making a paper aeroplane too, to any words that come out of what people say. And also, while you're making your paper aeroplane, you can start any time you like. See if you can listen to your inner voice and see what that says. Somebody might already have said, oh, this is too hard. I don't know how to make a paper aeroplane. It's too difficult. What do I do? How do I do it? All sorts of thoughts can come out. Oh, I'm really excited to make a paper aeroplane. This is so much fun. I really don't like paper aeroplanes. They're so boring. All sorts of things can come out. Now, I have folded my piece of paper in half, and I have also put down the sides. Now, I am not the world's expert at making a paper aeroplane. I'm just having a go. So everybody join me in having a go at creating your own paper aeroplane. You can hear me moving my paper around to create my paper aeroplane. Just do this the best you can. I know I am still learning how to be good at creating paper aeroplanes. So when you've created your paper aeroplane, I'm going to ask you in a moment to fly your paper aeroplane, but wait 1 minute. This is my paper aeroplane. It's ready. Now, as I said, just a little having a go at making a paper aeroplane. So, are we all ready? Have we done that paper aeroplane? If we have, get ready. If you haven't quite finished it, let's see if we can just make something that looks a little bit like an aeroplane. As I said, you can always do this after I've finished and make it again. So I would like to invite you to get ready. I'm going to turn my chair around and I'm going to count to 3. And after 3, would you like to fly your aeroplane? 1, 2, are we all ready? Then let's fly our paper aeroplanes. Whee! Now, I want to know who actually threw their paper aeroplane. If you did, go and get it. If you didn't, and you kept it like mine, then both are absolutely fine. I'm going to explain to you what that means. So if you've got your paper aeroplane in your hand, whether you've made it or you're still making it is just fine. Our aeroplane that we have made is going to help us pilot our mind. Now, if you threw your paper aeroplane, what is happening in our mind when we fly the aeroplane of our mind? It's like being on autopilot. We don't know where it's going to land. We don't know what it's going to hit. We just can't see anything because there's no pilot in the front seat. So therefore, we might not notice we're getting a little bit irritable or frustrated or angry. We might not notice we're feeling a bit nervous, which builds up to worry, which builds up to big anxiety and panic because we didn't notice it. So it's really important that we are a pilot of our minds. So you might want to draw a little face in here are the pilot of your mind. So I'm just going to draw a little face, a little smiley face sitting there. And there's lots of buttons to press, but here we go. Here's my little pilot. I'm still a growing artist. So here we go. This is your little pilot of your mind. And when we become pilots, we start to notice what's around us. So if you can imagine, as we're flying through the sky, you might come across a little cloud, nice white cloud. And it feels really soft and fluffy, and you fly through that cloud and out the other side, and it feels good. You feel okay. Just a little white cloud. But then it might feel a bit of like a storm cloud, really big, really not a good feeling at all, a bit like anger. And so we go into that cloud and we get a little bit of rocking about. We can be a bit shouty and we can be unkind and we can do things like that. Eventually we will come out the other side and the cloud will pass by our mind. We also, because we have so many emotions, we also might have a worry cloud. Now, clouds in our mind can be any colour at all. I'm just giving you a few different ideas. So here's our worry cloud. And our aeroplane, if it's on autopilot and doesn't have a pilot, it can go into this cloud and you feel really worried and scared and all sorts of thoughts come up. And then, you might be a bit stuck in that cloud and you can't find a way out. That can happen. But eventually, you might find that the cloud goes and you're flying in the clear blue sky with the sun shining, feeling happy, feeling great. And then another black cloud, another worry cloud. All sorts of things could happen. So how do we clear the clouds of our mind? First, we need to notice them. We need to notice that they're there so that we can do something about it. So what if we take a moment right now? Just take a moment and let's just see if we can think of the numbers 1 to 10. We're going to check in with how we feel right now. One of the most important things to do to help us really catch those clouds, maybe even while we're in them and we hadn't really noticed we were in them. Take a moment, rest where you are, maybe lower your eyes and imagine a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is a really big, difficult feeling that you have. 10 is a really great feeling. You're feeling excited, you're feeling joyful, you just want to bounce around because everything's so good. You might be a 3 or a 2, feeling really worried right now, feeling really frustrated. Just notice where you are. Take a moment to be the pilot of your mind and notice where you are right now. See if you can give yourself a number for where you are, and you might be able to give yourself an emotion. You might be able to name that emotion right now. Just keep those eyes lowered while you think about it. You may be able to tell a grown-up or your brother or sister what number you are. Sharing how we feel is really important too. It's really good to be aware of how we feel, but it's also good that other people understand when we're not feeling great, so that they can understand that you might need a bit of support. There are so many things we can do to grow our mind like a bright blue sky. We have clouds coming and going, and we just need to notice them. So, now that you maybe have told somebody how you feel, you don't have to. Even just knowing how you feel right now is really important. So we have all these feelings that come across our sky of our mind, and we can just notice them, and we can watch them. And when we do that, we can decide if we need to go through them, which sometimes we do, we need to notice that worry. So if we can imagine, for example, if we're feeling worried, we might want to notice that we're coming towards it, we're starting to feel a bit worried. We might need to go into that worry and sit with it and work our way through it and come out of it a little bit quicker because we've actually noticed it. Sometimes we might notice that worry's coming, and we might, as we get better and better at growing our mind, we might be able to just fly above it and watch it as we fly by. We know it's there, but we are not going to let it affect us. We just notice our worry. Because when our emotions are in control of us, then we can feel really challenged. We can feel really low. We can be really struggling. So actually, noticing them and thinking about what we can do to navigate through them is a very wonderful way to bring ourselves back to the sky of our mind, that beautiful blue sky, and the sun, which represents our happiness, a lot quicker. Happiness is an inside job. Did you know that? There is nothing that can give us happiness. It comes out of us once we actually realize how to find it. So we might find our happiness by jumping up and down, maybe on a trampoline. We might find our happiness that comes from inside when we sing or dance or play with friends or talk to somebody or do some art. It may be that we love writing. When you find your passion, when you find things that you love, it's much easier to find that happy place. And being the pilot of your mind means you can travel to that place. So you might have a cloud that is full of things that you love. So it could be you love dancing, singing, kicking footballs around, jumping up and down, playing a game. There's lots of different things that we could do to grow our happiness and bring it back into the sky of our mind, to find our way back to that sun. So you may go through an angry time, but you know how to come through it back to your happy place. So you may need to go through a cloud that's got full of things that you love to do, back to your sun, back to your happiness. So let's have a think about what you're going to do that. Okay, so we have really challenging thoughts sometimes, and that's the next thing that I would love to show you. So first of all, let's look at those thoughts. We've looked at emotions, but we can also look at thoughts. And then you can think about what it is that you're going to do to manage your thoughts and manage your emotions, okay? I'm going to show you something right now. I'm just going to bring this into view here, make sure we can see it all together. So this is my growing art skills of drawing clouds and aeroplanes. Every time I draw them, I get a little bit better. But sometimes I might have to draw something and I might think inside my mind, I can't do this, it's too hard, it's impossible. And if I think that, then I am in maybe a worried cloud, or maybe a frustrated and a bit angry that I can't do it cloud. And so when I'm in that cloud, here's my different feelings. My worry could be there, and it also could be my frustration. I could feel sad, I could get really upset about it. But if I have an aeroplane that is flying and noticing how I'm feeling, then what I can do is ask myself, what do I actually want? Okay, so if it's thinking about art, I want to be better at being an artist. And so I can choose, I can be a choice maker. And when I can be a choice maker, it means that I can choose, is that a helpful thought? No, that's not a helpful thought. So I'm going to change it to another thought that is much more helpful to me. I can have a go at drawing clouds and aeroplanes. I am improving. I am getting better at. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to do my best. So those are the clouds that are a bit more like this. The I can clouds across our mind. Down here are your worry and your anger clouds, and maybe your upset clouds. And so it's about understanding what we're saying to ourselves can affect how we feel. So I would love you to maybe draw that. You can always go back to this drawing, or afterwards you could have a go at drawing it. But I'm going to do something else with you right now. We're going to have a little think of what might be in our sun cloud. So I'm going to make this cloud a bit yellow. So it's bringing us back because I can't really draw a white cloud. So this cloud here is what I would love to see you draw. And you can do this activity after we've finished if you like. And send me a picture on the comments of what you've done. That would be incredible. So I would love you to think about what things you could do next time you're feeling worried or scared or frustrated or really grumpy or even angry. What can I do to bring myself back into the sky of my mind a lot more quicker? So it could be singing. That's one of my favourite things to do. Playing music and just singing a great song. It could be talking to someone. It could be having a hug. Hugs are great. We've got people at home we can give hugs to. Hugs really help. It could be playing a game. It could be to take some really nice slow breaths. I'm going to share with you one tool, deep breathing, that you can do to bring your aeroplane into the clear sky and out of a dark cloud a lot quicker. If I could invite you to raise your hand up like this, place your finger at the side of your thumb. We're going to take 5, and this is what you can do as a pilot of your mind. We're going to breathe in here and breathe out. We're going to breathe in here and breathe out. We're going to breathe in here and breathe out. Breathe in here and breathe out. And more time, breathing in and out. Just 5 big breaths like I just did can really help to bring you out of that dark cloud a lot quicker and back towards the sky, because you are the pilot and the choice maker of your emotions and your thoughts of what we can do. There is so much more we could do, and I'm sure you guys have got a lot of ideas. So I'm really excited to see your pictures after this of what you've come up with to help you manage when you see a dark cloud coming. Because when you say to your mum or your dad or whoever's with you, you can say, I'm having a dark cloud day today and I'm a number 2. Then that is going to help them work with you. Okay, so what are the things that bring you back into that calm place? It might be deep breathing or a hug or singing. It might be jumping up and down, running around the garden, maybe lying down and listening to some relaxing music. Maybe reading a book. That's a really good one. Reading is really calming to me at bedtime. I read and I find it very, very great. And it's really wonderful to read with my daughter, so we can feel really calm and happy together. So there are many ideas. And as we come to an end of our session together today, there are lots more things we can do to manage our emotions. One of the things I've shown you today is out of our emotions toolkit. And if you want to find out a little bit more, there is lots of information on our emotionstoolkit.com page. We even have a YouTube channel where you can learn a little bit more. Or you can go to my empowereducation.co.uk website, where I can meet you one-to-one and do some work with you to help you find your own personal way to manage those thoughts that might be making you feel worried, manage those emotions to help you feel calm, so that we can do some great things together. We're going to be doing some group workshops with children to help each other soon, which is going to be very exciting. And of course, on Positively Empowered Kids, there's going to be so much more today that you can join in with. So I hope you enjoyed our time together, and I look forward to seeing these wonderful cloud pictures to show me where you're going to fly to next time you notice those worry clouds, those angry clouds, to bring yourself back into that beautiful sunny place. Behind this cloud is the rays of sunshine, and once you've done these lovely activities, you will clear this cloud away, and there is a beautiful sunshine of happiness waiting for you to be able to laugh and giggle. And you know, a little tip I'm going to give you as we finish, just smiling, it actually makes your brain feel happy. Even if you don't feel happy, magic chemicals release in your brain and you automatically start feeling good, feeling better just by smiling. And the great thing is, if somebody smiles at you, it's likely that you will start smiling very soon after. Thank you, everybody. Again, my name's Jackie Wilson. I've enjoyed our time together today. Please leave some comments. Let me know what you thought. And if you've got any questions, I will answer them as we can. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.